Hey everyone, welcome to a new tutorial of our Amazon clone. In this video, we will be building the authentication side of our customer application. So first thing first, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. This channel shall provide you all the premium stuff related to Flutter, custom backend, Dart, and building mobile applications. If you are not following me to Instagram, kindly follow me here. On my Instagram, I will be sharing all the new updates of the Amazon clone, my new Flutter videos, live update, and etc. So kindly follow me here as well. So if you have seen the second video of this entire series, that is database modeling, in that video, that is in this video, I have explained about how to build your own database model. So this was the mock database model that we have created, and we will be building our entire application, that is backend of our application, based on this stuff. So make sure you have seen the following this video so you will be getting a proper catch of what is going on here. So you can see here under the first section, you can see the user table is the most important table of our entire backend. So without any further delay and without any further talks, let's get started. So onto my desktop, I will be getting a new folder. So let's call this folder to be Amazon clone itself. So under this folder, I will be simply opening it with my Visual Studio Code, just like this. So you can see I will be starting from absolute scratch. So if you don't know anything about how to set up your entire project and other things, kindly watch this video under a detailed view. So here you can see I got my entire blank Visual Studio Code project. So what I will be doing, I will be opening my terminal, and onto my terminal I will be clicking right click and shifting it to the right hand side, so it will be more precise and clear. Under my entire Amazon clone folder, I will be getting two different folders for backend and also for front end, right? Where I'll say backend and also front end. Under my backend folder, we can get started by initializing our npm file. So under this video, if I show to you, under this video, I have shown to you about what things that you actually need for building up the Amazon clone. So make sure you have seen the following video so that you will be getting all the resources, softwares and tools for building up the Amazon clone. So what I will be doing, I will be simply cd under my backend folder, that is I will be changing my directory, and here I will be simply writing npm init. So you can write npm init and simply press y. And after that, you can simply append it with -y, that is -y, and press enter. So here you can see the file is created, that is packet.json. Now this file of packet.json will be exactly like our puffpay.yaml file. Now I am mentioning it one more time. If you don't know what is TypeScript, what is Node.js and etc, I recommend you to watch the following series where it is okay. You have to see the following series of Node.js Basics with Flutter. In this series, I have explained everything from scratch, that is from absolute beginner level, about how to set up your entire TypeScript project and do and so and so. Still, I will be explaining some of the stuff, but for majority of knowledge, you should be watching that playlist. So you can see here, I got my packet.json file up and created. So what we need to do, we need to add certain packages, that is certain dependencies under our packet.json file. Now similar to our Flutter, unlike we added some dependencies under with the help of puffpay.yaml file, we need to add some dependencies here as well. So first of all, what we need certain dependencies. So to get all the dependencies, you simply have to write npm install and a dependency name. Now for our server of our entire application, we will be using Express.js. So here I will be simply writing npm install express. Now the language of our code is going to be TypeScript, so I will be also installing TypeScript one more time. So I will be simply writing npm install express and TypeScript. For now, we will be simply requiring both of these packages for setting up our server. So let's install both of these packages and give it a try. With a single space and without any brackets, simply hit enter. Now it may take a couple of seconds, so let's wait for it. Alright, so here you can see, alright, a new npm version is available. Stay here where you're using a old one, it doesn't matter. So you can see our Express and TypeScript are installed. So now once we have installed Express and TypeScript, under the following packet.json file, you can see you will be getting your Express and TypeScript packages. So now what we need to do, we need to install some developer dependencies as well. So for that purpose, what you can do, you can simply write here npm install @types/express and also @types/node. Right. So after these packages, simply write save and -dev, that is --save and -dev. Alright, so we have a double S, that is a triple S. So simply press enter one more time after writing the proper spellings. Alright, so you can see we have got a developer dependencies as well. Now technically we have got all of the following dependencies, but we shall be requiring one more dependencies, which will be known as nodemon. Nodemon will be helping us in rendering all of our code without hot reloading our entire application one more time. So simply write here npm install nodemon and hit enter. Now nodemon will be helping us in rendering our continuous code. But you know what? We also need one more dependency known as tsnode. TS Node shall be helping us in rendering our TypeScript code under a JavaScript ones. So here I'll be simply writing npm install ts-node and simply write here save and -dev. Alright, so once we have got all of these packages, now we are really good to go. So now what we need to do, we need to simply initialize our TypeScript file. So what I will be doing, I will be installing a new tsconfig.json file. To do that, you simply have to write npx tsc, that is TypeScript tsc -init and press enter. So now you can see you will be getting the message of successfully created tsconfig.json file, and the file will be looking like this. Most of the following commands are not used by us, so don't worry about that. So what I will be doing, here you can see under target thing, you simply have to convert the following target from ES5 to ES6. After that, you can see you will be having a folder known as root directory. So what I will be doing, under my backend folder, I will be getting a folder known as source. The source folder will be containing all of our source file. And here I will be getting one more file, that is one more folder known as public. The public folder will be containing some files that will be outsourcing our server. I will be explaining about them in more details under the future tutorials, but for now just create two different folders of source and public. Now under my source folder, I will be getting a file known as app.ts. Also under my public folder, I will be getting a file known as app.js. Now we need to convert all of our TypeScript code under a JavaScript one, right? So for that purpose, what we need to do, under the root directory, here under this thing, you have to write here root directory to be source, right? A source one. Also, you will be getting a new mapping known as output directory. Yes, you guessed it right. Under output directory, you have to write here /public. Now, once we have done both of these changes, we are good to go. Now, what we need to do, we need to go back under our packet.json file and we need to add certain scripts. Scripts shall be helping us in starting our entire server. So here I will be simply writing a script known as start. Right. So under start, what I'll do, under start, I'll simply say node public /app.js. You simply have to write the following code. After that, you have to simply write one more command known as dev. Under dev, you simply have to write nodemon source folder /app.ts file. Right. And lastly, you have to write one more command, that is one more script for build. Under build, you have to simply have to write tsc -p, that is -p, and a dot. Right. So you have to write the following three scripts. Now once we have done this, we are good to go. So now what I'll be doing, under my app.ts file, I'll be simply writing here console log hello, right, for testing purpose whether we have set up our entire TypeScript code or not. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be simply opening my terminal and here I'll be simply write npm run dev. What this code will be doing, let me zoom in a little bit. What this code will be doing, it will be calling npm, it will be saying run the following script of dev. Now my dev script will be saying nodemon source /app.ts, that is we are running the following code of console log hello. Now simply press enter. Now this thing will be running up and you will be getting your hello. Now if I simply change the following thing from hello to hello world and press Ctrl and S, you can see the following code will be rendered at an instance. We don't have to do anything, it will be getting rendered automatically. So this was the basics. So these are the basic setup of our TypeScript code. Now let's start off building our actual server. So now what we need to do, we need to say here import express from the package that we have installed known as express. So simply write here express. Now we have imported the entire express module from the following path of express, that is a dependency of express. So now what we will be doing, if you are completely new to express, I will be writing the basic code that you should be writing to get your server set up and ready. So now first thing first, under a case of express, you need to initialize your entire application. So here I'll be simply writing constant application is a function calling the entire express module. Now the following name of app is an industry standard. So you should be also always declaring the instance of your method of an express to be application, so that all the senior developers and junior developers will be understanding your code by mentioning the name of your app. Right. So after this, you simply have to write here app.use. Now under use, you simply have to write here express.json. Right. Simply call the following method of JSON. After this, you have to write it one more time, and here you simply have to write express.url encoded. And after this, you need to expand the properties and simply have to write extended to be false. I'll declare a constant port so that over a particular port our server will be running up. So here I'll be saying my port for now will be 8080, right? So here I will be simply writing constant port is equal to 8080. Now after this, once we have declared my port, I'll say app.set. I will be using the set property, and under this I'll be setting the value of port to be the actual value of port, that is our 8080. So simply write here app.set the key value to be port and the value to be itself of port. Now once this thing is done, I'll be writing a new command here of app.get, and under this get I'll simply add the path of slash. Right, the path will be slash, that is it will be our home path. And after this what I'll do, I'll add here two different parameters known as request and response. We'll be using both of these parameters to render all of our values from our server. Right, so under this, under the following method of app.get over to my home path, I'll simply say res.send. I'll simply say here Amazon clone. Right, I'll be simply writing the following method, that is res.send, that is send the following data of Amazon clone to the following path of slash. And here I'll be simply say app.listen. I'll be listening to a particular port, so here I'll be simply saying app.get the port value, that is our entire port that we have set it up, and after that I'll be also getting a callback. So here I'll be getting a callback. So under this callback I'll simply say console log, and here I'll simply say server is rocking over the following port. Now I need to get the dynamic value of port, so what I'll be doing, instead of using double quotes, I'll be using the backticks. So under backticks, what we can do, we can simply add here a dollar quotation, and under this I can simply say app.get. Alright, app.get the value of port. Easy as it is. Now once this thing is done, let's try to run it one more time. So here you can see my server is rocking over 8080. So now if I simply go to the following URL of localhost of 8080, if I run it out, you can see I will be getting the value of Amazon clone. Now let's put this thing aside, and if I simply make some changes here, that is instead of Amazon clone, if I simply say flutter Amazon clone, and if I save it, you can see you will be getting the message of server is rocking over 8080, and here if I simply refresh it, you will be getting flutter Amazon clone. Now this was the basic server setup that we need to do as per our today's objective. So if you have successfully managed to set up your server up and ready, congratulations, big heads up for you, you are doing absolutely great. Now make sure you are written the following codes, because the following code is made for beginners. You can extend the following code as much as you want, that is there is a higher level of abstraction, but for a beginner level this code is up and working as fine. So make sure you have build up the following code and you are able to run your server up and ready. So in the next tutorial we'll be adding different parts to our server, so that all the different parts, that is all the different routes, will be able to navigate the user from one part to another part under a case of backend. So make sure you have hit that like button on this video, and I'll see you in the next one with another great video. I'll see you in the next one.